as a quorum, we can do anyway.
Mhm.
And when he joins, perhaps I'll just make sure there wasn't anything he wanted to contribute. So first is minutes from November.
Okay, we're starting at 43. All right.
Yep. And I just had a couple questions. I had nothing for the executive minutes, but for the public minutes, there were a few of the topics where there wasn't anything mentioned. So I didn't know if with minutes, I don't know if we're supposed to just leave it out or if we're supposed to say not discussed or, I mean, for the review of the annual report, we had no discussion because we need to wait for the January numbers, but maybe we can just put that in there.
We'll just take them out then.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. Anything else?
Just so you know, once I get the spreadsheet, so this is actually for Shannon, that's closed December 31st, I can get the numbers in January, but I am hostage to that spreadsheet. And there'll be, I hope, a lot in that spreadsheet because we sent out the letter requesting donations. So it will not just be money out, but it will be hopefully money in.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we'll chat about it when we get to the annual report. I just copied last year's and just put in blanks for all the numbers, and it's due January 13. So we should, I mean, with 2 weeks, I think Dina, you and I can probably get that done.
Yep.
Anything else with the minutes?
Here he is.
Hooray. All right, now I turned my phone off for sure. We hope. Here he is. Here he is. Hi,
Hi.
Tom.
Hey,
Hi, thank you.
Hello.
So glad you made it.
yeah,
Sorry.
there wasn't a live link, on the agenda that I got.
Yeah, sorry for all the confusion.
But-
There was no live link and I didn't put it in the email. So next month, we're gonna have
Yeah.
that all ironed out. It'll be in the email
Okay.
and in the agenda. Sorry about that.
Okay. Thank you, Dina, thank you.
Yeah. We were just going over the minutes and wondered if you had anything you wanted to add to them or change.
No, I'm happy with them.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Uh,
All in favor?
Hi.
Wonderful,
Aye.
thank you. So the treasurer's report, Dina mentioned, she's been working on getting it up to date, but the file was corrupted, and so we don't have it for today, but we will have it next month. So there'll be a lot to review next month.
I want to put a thank you in there to Shannon and Chris for working on the corrupted spreadsheet and making it usable again.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so new business. Can we have an update on the silent fund?
Yeah. We $10,000 was transferred to the Hugh Cargill Trust account. And for the holiday gifts, we used $9,680. Went to 101 families and seniors, $60 to children under 18 and $50 for each senior. Shannon was a big help with that. And she also asked the question of why we're doing cash and not checks. I checked with Bonnie Wilbur and she would much prefer to do checks. So next year, we will not be distributing cash, it will be checks. So all of that, we got these out. I got these out the middle of last week.
Great.
So it was a total of 101?
101 families and seniors, and it's split about half and half between going to children and families and going to seniors as far as the number of people.
And I thought that we used to do gift cards. Is that a different? That's a different thing, right?
It's a different thing. They still do that. We're not involved in
Okay.
in
All
that.
right.
I've actually asked about gift cards and because one of our other partner organizations, they actually buy the gift cards. So that's not what we do.
Right, okay, got it. Thank you. So the annual report I attached to our, the email I sent out yesterday. And I just copied last year's, made a few minor changes to bring it up to date. And then left blank the data that will get filled in from the January treasurer's report. And Dina and I will work on that. It's due the 13th of January. I think we have plenty of time. In the instructions for the annual report, there's also an opportunity for a group photo if we wanted to submit one. Some committees do, some don't. I don't feel a need to do it, but I'm asking if you all would like to do one or how you feel about it.
Well, we haven't met in person for a very long time. In fact, Catherine hasn't seen
Exactly.
any of us in
It's-
person. So
That's
it's kind
true.
of hard. Unless we had a Zoom photo, I don't know how we'd ever manage it. So,
I agree. Okay. The annual appeal. So Denny and I updated the letter. It got printed. I hope everybody got their own packet helping Denny address them. And I think the last of them will go out this week. Does anybody have any questions about that? It was, I thought it was a great letter, and we were each asked to add some people of our own if there were those, you know, anyone in our own circles that we thought would want to be a part of this. Did everybody get a chance to?
I did not because I was in the middle of the silent fund.
And I think Denny was away. I think the two of you never quite overlapped. She was away, yeah.
So if she
Okay.
has more, she said she'd let me know.
All right, that's what I told her the same. If she needed help with additional ones to let me know. I think
to say,
Denny-
I think she did it. She organized it beautifully.
she does.
Her
Yeah.
guide, everything was perfect. So it was
Yep.
very easy to write the letters and to return them to her. And she put the stamps and took them to the post office. So she did a beautiful job. So she's
Yeah.
a lifetime appointment taking care of.
I think she does the bulk of it as well, because I offer to participate more and she's like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. So, yeah, she did a beautiful job. So, okay. And, let's see. Well, you know what? I'm sorry this ended up on the agenda again. I put this on for myself, check the calendar for upcoming tasks. And the only thing that's upcoming is the annual appeal. I will do better and not have that show up on our agenda.
When was that due, Elizabeth, the
It's
annual
due
report?
January 13.
13th, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I did send out that calendar to everybody. Did you all receive it? The one that,
Yes.
okay,
So one comment I would make to everybody, and it's amazing how people don't do it right. Bonnie is Bonny, never IE.
oh,
And people all throughout the town say IE. So we should really respect the correct spelling on every document.
thank you. I just assumed IE was the correct.
No.
Okay. So the calendar came from Judy. She had created it and passed it on to me. She had a binder of everything for Hugh Cargill. And that's what I look at each month to see.
Yeah. One thing I would add to January to check member terms. And then I think if once a year, we look at that. And Dina, I think there's still some confusion about your appointment and where you stand in your terms. Unless you can,
I don't know what the confusion is.
well,
I think that's okay. I've checked with Lori Austin. And I think Dina, as far as I know, you had to do one other task as some, like a open meeting law thing or one of those things, procedures. Are you up to date, do you think?
I have the new open meeting law book. I took the course. I have 2 years that I took of somebody else's term,
okay,
3 years of this term. And
Yeah.
if I would like, I can even have another term, although I'm actually thinking that's not gonna work for me because I'm traveling so much and not here for the meetings. It just isn't fair. So we may need to, in May, find somebody to then move forward
So you would be going off in May.
after the town meeting. Yeah, so,
I think that answers our question, so.
okay, so if somebody would like to learn the treasurer's job, so that the new person can be the clerk, that might not be a bad thing, because the clerk is the easiest job for someone who doesn't know Hugh Cargill to jump in on. But we have time, so I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
So we actually have, it's only 5 months away, or I should say, it's only 5 meetings away. So
Yeah,
maybe we really should all be thinking about folks that we know in town that would be interested in being part of our committee and start asking to fill your seat.
that might be a good plan.
Yeah, yeah. When I was writing the annual appeal letters to some of the people that I know in town, that actually jogged my thinking around it was, oh, I
Mhm.
should ask so-and-so. Oh, maybe I should, talk to them about what I do here. And so I'm going to I will follow up with some of the new people that I added to the database.
Great.
And just talk to them about what we do and if they would like to participate and just see what interest there is. So, okay.
Well, Dina, you would be missed beyond belief.
Yeah, it's a big job, and you know what, I would like to add, I learned a tremendous amount from you at the beginning for me because I took the clerk job, and you answered so many of my questions. So thank you for that.
Welcome.
Catherine's doing a great job now with the meetings, notes, so that's good.
Yep.
All right, tax relief update, continuing business.
We've had 3 new applicants, and 2 of them have been, already look good, and I'm sure the third one's okay. I'm just doing a little more checking. So I actually got an email from Mike Gibbons in the town assessor's office because they had a presentation on the council on aging, and I was wondering about the feedback of that meeting. I don't know if anybody attended that or not, but the town assessor's office had a meeting. I think it was talking maybe about update the abatements, like town abatements and so forth, and tax exemption. And Mike was kind enough to talk about the tax relief for our portion. So, and I was wondering if we got any feedback, or did anybody hear anything at all? So,
Well, it is interesting when I talk to applicants, some of them still have never heard of it. So, I always send them the form as a
yeah,
start.
good.
As a start.
And the new form is on the site. So
Yes.
the applicants I've seen have been using the latest. Thanks Shannon for that. So
We're getting there. More people know. I'm glad there's more people applying. It's awesome. Mike spoke about it. In the next item on our agenda, community communication, Denny says she's going to put something in the Concord Bridge, which I think will also be a really
Nice.
great. Yeah.
So I talked to CMLP and they now have put in a line, which I wrote, if you need help with your CMLP bill, contact the HTC and I give the email and phone number.
That's
So
awesome.
it had to go to the higher up to make sure it was approved. And so they said, well, we'll put it in once. And I said, no, every month. It needs to be permanent because people have trouble at different times of the year, so they're considering that.
Thank you, Lucy. Everybody gets
Yeah.
that bill. Everybody gets that bill.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. Any other updates on the community communication?
Well,
Oh.
I sent the one page that all of us can print out, cut in half and leave places. I will put them at the library. I just wanted everybody to look at that to make sure I have everything correct.
You do, yeah. You sent it quite a while ago.
Yeah,
It also, Elizabeth also
I
included it.
see. Yes. Yep. I think you updated it. Is Bonnie's name in here?
No.
Okay. Just checking now that I've learned the correct spelling. Okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead, Bob.
I was just saying, are you on to the update on community? Is that where you are?
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Somewhere in my files, there's a spreadsheet and I'm still looking. I already did it. So I will send that off this week. You know,
All right, great.
it has who will be doing what, and if you want to add to it, I'll be happy to put more information in it. It's right now, I don't have that much in it. So, and who you're maybe contacting, like for future members that come on, it might be a good list to say, who do I contact, you know, in the community. So, and I'll try to get that out this week.
So maybe, I'm not sure this is the right moment to discuss it, but maybe it is. When I'm updating the calendar, we're checking member terms in January. Is there somewhere where we want to, maybe there's a new member document, I haven't really looked, where we are asking about assigning members to this community communication spreadsheet? How?
Can you?
I don't understand the question.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
sorry, I'm sorry. So Bob's created a spreadsheet about how to improve community communication, and that's going to be something that members participate in on a regular basis, and we'll have assignments. So when a new member joins the committee, there'll be an opportunity to say, well, I'll take on community communication in the Concord Bridge, or, you know, whatever aspect it is. Is that do you, as a committee, is that something that we're doing in an ongoing basis, or are we doing this as a once situation? For example, Lucy making it onto the CMLP bill. Like, I'd like a little more clarity around how we execute the community communication part of our committee.
Well, on the spreadsheet, what I have is the committee member, then what they're looking at. In other words, like Lucy would say CMLP, and the contact person she has. And then I don't know if that's what you're after, like that list that could be expanding, like as we, you know, get more, like say like in the tax, you know, like the tax bill or something like that, something that goes out with the tax bill, somebody be responsible. Is that where you're going with that, Elizabeth? I'm not sure.
Yes, I'm trying to establish a procedure so that going forward, it will keep getting done because members change. And so is it something that on an incoming new member is assigned or volunteers for? Is it part of our calendar where once a year we look it over and make sure that all these things are happening? That's really, and maybe it's not a discussion for right now. Maybe we wait till we see your spreadsheet and we work on how we want to implement it as part of our committee.
Right.
It just feels like it's going to fall through the cracks as
Probably will.
members turnover. Yeah, okay. So why don't I put it on our next agenda? And Bob, if you could send the spreadsheet around, and then next month we'll figure out a way to put it into our committee's task or
Okay.
calendar or something. Okay,
All right, sounds good.
okay.
I did notice that the recreation department dropped us out this month. So we've been in there nonstop and suddenly it disappeared. I checked very carefully. So we do have to monitor and make sure they don't think we're doing so well. We just can be left off.
What, Lucy, what was that? How was it, you mean you went on the website or something?
No,
or
no, no,
how
no.
did you-
It's the catalog they send out once, I guess, 3 times
Oh.
a year with all the courses,
Oh, okay.
all the opportunities
yeah.
in town, and they've always had a nice big paragraph about us. And so I think it always has to be in there, and whoever's responsible, we have to keep watching and make sure. So
Okay.
I was disappointed it was dropped out. So I don't know who's
Oh.
doing that, but anyway, there's an example. So
Yeah, that's an example of that's what I'm trying to achieve, is a way to make sure it's always happening when we know that members of this committee change, but that we're still making sure it's happening everywhere. Okay, I'll put it on the next month's agenda. Anything else? That was pretty much covers it. Yes, nothing? Okay. Motion to adjourn then. Oh, sorry. There's wording. Catherine, you
Yeah.
want to?
Hold on. On a motion
We
made,
got-
Oh, Catherine's gonna do it.
on a motion made, I guess I make the motion for someone. Is it seconded?
yes,
The
second.
meeting is adjourned at 10:05.
But there's the wording to
Okay,
go. to
I'll make
executive-
the motion.
All right, thank you.
I move to adjourn to executive session for the purpose of discussing individuals or families seeking assistance, the disclosure of which would be a violation of privacy.
There we go. Okay. Thank you.
Is it Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
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 See you all in a few minutes.
Okay,
Have a
Thank
great
you.
holiday season.
Thank you.
thank
Sherry.
you.
You also.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you, town people.
Thank-
She's gone.